back, ladies and gentlemen, for the second hour today. Tuesday, November 5th, 2013. Tuesday, November 5th, 2013. Welcome to another live edition of Fire Your MD Now. The phone lines are lit up like a Christmas tree. Let's go to Virginia and talk to Laura about her husband who has multiple sclerosis, I think. Heaven forbid. Hey, Laura, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Hey, Dr. Glidden. Good to talk to you in person.
Hey, how about that? Well, you know, it's about time, don't you think?
It is. I've enjoyed the chats.
Excellent. So, all right. So bring us up.
To catch you up on Scott.
Yeah, very good. So you are calling. What part of Virginia do you live in, Laura?
Roanoke, Virginia.
Very nice.
So
and how long have you been involved with Longevity?
We started with Longevity last August, so just over a year.
Wow. All right. Very great. And why did you start with it? Yeah, pure desperation. Because why?
Well, we're both 43, and at 29, I got diagnosed with stage 4 lymphoma and sent home, and I was a oncology nurse.
Oh, son of a gun.
And I couldn't beg, plead, do anything to get myself into a study, and now I am so grateful.
Right.
And I ended up with an herbalist, and she saved my life.
Son of a gun.
But the things that I've been having to ingest, they don't taste good. You have to plug your nose.
Yeah.
And dandelion root and
all that herbal stuff. Well,
and,
all right. Yeah, I get it.
I could never talk my husband into it. And it only got me so far.
Yeah.
But when you're pushed against a wall, you know, you do what you have to do.
Right.
So when I started with Longevity last August, we had created a lifestyle for ourselves where we run a dog kennel. So now for 6 years, it runs every day like a dairy farm, and we've created a great business. Unfortunately, we don't have any days off or any time off.
Right.
And we both work 18 hours a day.
Ouch.
He created that lifestyle for himself because of having MS we figure it goes back to being about 15.
Yep.
Of course, misdiagnosed for 20 years with everything but I've seen him sit and not be able to walk for 4 and 5 days because he just sits and cries because he's hurt so badly.
Ouch.
And the day that we really figured out it was MS, I was running an MS clinic, go figure, here in town for 8 doctors. And I said to him, what does it feel like, this pain? And he said, Laura, it feels like I have bugs eating every part of my body from my knees down and from my elbows down. And I remember just turning and looking at him and going, oh, my God, you don't have arthritis. You have neuropathy. You probably have MS. And, you know, he's had the lost vision for 3 days. He actually qualifies for the MS diagnosis under all 3 different sections of criteria.
Son of a gun.
So, you know, I got on the Longevity because I was tired. We're trying to keep up this farm. We're trying to keep up this dog kennel. I have a 4.5-year-old I didn't expect to have at 43.
Yeah.
And we were going to sell this farm and this dog kennel because we were exhausted.
Yeah.
You know, the dog kennel's been going for 5 years. We've been building it for 12.
Yeah, holy smokes.
A labor of love, but a labor of love that's 20 hours a day, every day for like 12 years. And a lot of what we've been doing, clearing land, I now look back, we've been sweating out all of our minerals. And we were making it worse.
Exactly.
And we were doing certain things, taking lots of kelp and lots of green stuff, but we just weren't, you know, we weren't getting everything that's in the 90 pack. And when I got on it last August, it took me 3 days to feel like the lights came back on, and I was ready to get up at 6 o'clock, and I was happy about running my farm again. And in a year and a half, it's done wonderful things for my joints and my activity. And I'm not a cranky mommy like I was becoming a cranky mommy, working 18 hours a day every single day, and then having a 4-year-old that was trying for my time.
Well, what happened to the lymphoma? Was it lymphoma?
It was stage 4 lymphoma, and I was completely clear in 5 years. But as an herbalist, I had to change everything about myself. I had a house that him and I were remodeling, and we did everything wrong. Everything was off-gassing, so she had me move out of there, and that's why we live out in the country now in an old house where everything off-gassed 20 years ago, and we just, if it's not environmentally friendly as far as off-gassing, we don't use it. So.
Well, but we don't want to overlook the million-pound gorilla here. So you had a definitive diagnosis of stage 4 lymphoma.
I was given 3 months.
How many years ago?
When I was 29 and I'm 43.
Son of a gun. And you eliminated it in 5 years with herbal medicine.
I eliminated it in about 2. I went back after 5 years to be completely checked over.
Yeah.
And to make sure they couldn't find anything. They couldn't find anything wrong with me because
Smart
I
girl.
wanted to try for the baby. And
Yeah.
like, hey, I finally got healthy. I'm 34. And hubby said, go get your clean bill of health. And, you know, and
you got your clean bill of health. So here's what I want to know. So during this time, you were an oncology nurse, right?
I had been an oncology nurse.
Okay. So when you went back 5 years later, after a definitive diagnosis of stage 4 lymphoma, they told you had 3 months to live 5 years ago, and you're cured of the cancer, what did they say to you?
I went back as a resource nurse to work for my hospital, and when I would walk down the hall, people would look at me and almost fall over and whisper, and isn't that nurse that was supposed to die? And people would come over and ask me, you know, what did you do? What study did you get into? What pill did you take? Everybody wanted to know what pill I took, and I said, well, if it was that simple as one pill. And that's what I love about longevity. It's made it simple. I used to have to do this green bottle and this green potion. I had to order this stuff from this company and this stuff from the other company. And God bless the herbalist. She saved my life, but she didn't know about longevity. It was around then, I think, or just coming into.
Did any of the oncologists?
She poured nutrients into my body in every way that she knew how.
Yeah, no, I get it.
Berry extracts and all these green extracts and.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. But what I want to know right now is, did the oncologists who did the follow-up to give you a clean bill of...
They just scratched their head and asked me to leave their office.
Yeah.
They don't want to talk to me. They don't want me to talk to their patients.
Yeah.
They don't want... When I went back as a nurse, you know, I tried to keep my opinions to myself, but patients asked me stuff, and I would tell them. Yeah. And I would say, you know, this is really better for constipation. Go get yourself on some black walnut hulls instead of taking this Citrusol crap.
Yeah.
And I would get pulled in the office and get reprimanded, and I'd sign my little thing, and I'd, you know, go off with myself. I was trained by nuns to be a patient advocate and do what I think.
Right.
And then when I had my cancer myself and I went back, I was just like, I'm going to say what I want to say, and you're not going to tell me that I can't. And I had such a phenomenal reputation as a nurse that when I came back, they couldn't badmouth me. They couldn't say anything to me. What are they going to say to me? I'm walking around and you gave up on me.
Right. But the more telling thing is that the MDs did themselves, who it was their job to help people recover from cancer. They can't help people recover from cancer because you're not supposed to be able to recover from that. You did recover from cancer doing something else, and they did not want to know what you did.
No, I actually bought books and took books into them. Took information into them, paid for appointments so that I could sit and have their time. And after about a year, I realized they're not interested.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
They don't, you know, and I couldn't understand for a long time why they weren't interested, and now I get it. It's all about the money. Money, 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 money. We didn't even give you the best chemo. We gave you the chemo we made the most profit on. That's what I love in oncology.
Yeah, man, isn't that crazy?
The day I came back from a seminar and that they had paid me to go to, and I said, we have this chemo, and it's 62% effective for this breast cancer, and we were given one that was less than 40% effective. And I said, why are we still given that? Well, because we make more on it.
Exactly.
And I was like, and you can say that to me, and she's in the other room. But it was a big disconnect for me. Yeah. So when I ran the MS clinic, the first RN infusion clinic in the United States, solely RN run by me, and I was making them $1 million a day, and they wouldn't hire help so that I could go to the bathroom. They wouldn't hire me a nurse to help me, even though I was making them $1 million a day so that I could have a bathroom break. And I walked.
$1 million? Whoa.
This business anymore.
Well, all right, but look, wait. $1 million a day?
Yeah. Because we were buying IVIG for $400, and we were giving it IV for CIDP and MS, and it was covered under Medicare, and we were billing it for $42,000. Buy the drug for $400, mark it up to $42,000, and give it to one person 4 days a month, every month. Wow. I'd have 12 chairs going all day long. If I could see 36 patients a day, they were happy, because we would be making $40,000, $50,000 a day on each patient. If I could see 36 in a day, it was a great day for them.
And that was legal.
And that was legal.
You bought it for $400 and you marked it up to $42,000.
Yes, because because a doctor is administering IV medication in their facility that had a compounding pharmacy, and I got to mix in a compounding pharmacy as an RN, but they couldn't charge for my compounding. Big deal. They were marking off $40, $100 a bag. We were marking it up $38,000.
And Medicare was paying for it. They
actually realized it was cheaper to run my model without a pharmacist, because we didn't have to pay the pharmacist $120,000 a year to mix drug just to get her compounding fees.
And Medicare paid it.
And Medicare paid it.
Without any qualms whatsoever.
Without any qualms whatsoever. Yeah, MS, CIDP, Guillain-Barré. Guillain-Barré was gold mine.
And we wonder why the medical
Medicare's
system...
going broke.
Yeah, we wonder why. Boy, oh boy, unbelievable. You should write a book. You should write a book. All right, so let's fast forward now to your husband.
My husband on to Youngevity.
Yeah.
And he doesn't do everything I'd like him to do, but he's seen enough benefits that he does the tangy tangerine every day. He does the rebound every day. And some days he does some of the OsteoFX, some of the oil pills, some of the glucogel. It depends on the day.
Well, what type of benefit are we talking about?
Well, he used to feel like he had bugs eating his hands and feet from the knees down and from the elbows down all the time in excruciating pain. And that's 100% gone. 100% gone. He used to have vision problems where he'd lose his vision. It'd go like a tunnel, the way their vision tunnels.
Yeah.
And then it would go black, and it could be one eye, it could be the other eye. Luckily, he never lost it in both. We haven't seen that in a year. He actually had flat foot where his foot didn't move at all. He couldn't bend his toes at all. He didn't have foot drop, but he had no motion of his foot. And that's his feet.
And that's gone.
And he really hasn't done as much of the program as he should.
All right, stick around. We're up against the hard break, girls. Stick around. We're going to pick this up when we come back. Ladies and gentlemen, if your jaw isn't on the floor, you're not a human being. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Dr. Peter Glidden here, having a remarkable conversation with a cancer survivor who's a member of Youngevity now and who has a husband who had remarkably strong and persistent symptoms from multiple sclerosis. For how many years was he involved with these strong symptoms?
Well,
hold on.
He looks back, it started when he was about 15, and he's 43 now.
And when
over 25 years.
All right, so how long did it take for the bug-eating sensation to disappear once he started Youngevity? Was it a week? Was it a year? Was it a month? How long did it take?
We started in August, early in August, and he saw improvement in energy level and other general things. I think it took till about Thanksgiving before he really said, I have a significant reduction in pain.
Yeah, it's 4 months.
You know, he didn't want to jinx it. He kept saying, I think I feel better today, but I'm not sure. And we kept trying to, gauge our activity. What did we do yesterday? How do we feel? We living on a farm. We carried this much firewood. We did this much. I know where my limit normally is, and I'm going past my limit. I'm doing more. And, by Thanksgiving, he was telling me his feet were feeling significantly better, and I was seeing mobility. I was seeing him be able to move his toes for the first time in his life. I've always been doing massage and putting essential oils and trying to do something for his pain on his feet. And I'd rub his feet, and he would move them, and I would go, oh, my God, like you've never moved your feet before. You've never moved your toes. Everything's been static. And,
when was the last time you caught him in a wheelchair sobbing? How long ago has that been? You still with me?
Probably 6 years.
Yeah, well.
Since he had that, and we really, at that point when he couldn't walk for, I think it was 5 days, he said, I'm going to do anything you tell me to do.
Yeah.
And he drank some of the green awful stuff that I was taking back then and got himself to a point where, he was doing all right. He was managing.
Boy,
everything was about getting to a point where we could manage. And our whole lifestyle of having the farm and the kennel, the pain would be so bad when he woke up every morning that he would just have to walk through it. And he said it would take him half an hour till he walked to the point where he was kind of numb. And then if he sat down at all, 2 or 3 minutes sitting down, the pain would just be right back. So he just made a lifestyle for himself where he had a dog kennel on a farm, and he just walked all day long, never sat down.
Yeah, it's
18
remarkable.
hours of being on your feet because you're trying to keep your feet numb.
Now, I've got a peculiar question for you because I'm a classical homeopath as well. Does he, when he was younger or as an adult, did he ever have any strong or persistent, really crazy reactions to poison ivy?
No, he actually can walk through poison ivy and not get it.
He can. He's
Yep.
immune to poison ivy.
Almost immune, yeah. He'll get 1 or 2 little bumps, and that's it. He can walk through it.
Well, there's a homeopathic medicine that he may want to give a try to. It's made from poison ivy. It's called Rus toxicodendron. You spell that R like Roger, H like Harry, U.
You get it from West Virginia, right? Berkeley,
you get it,
West Virginia?
You can get it from, there's a number of different homeopathic clearinghouses in the United States that formulate homeopathic medicines. The most famous one is Boiron, B like baby, O-I-R-O-N.
We've been using some out of West Virginia for about 6-7 years here. The Dunkards down here, like the Amish told us about it.
Is it Rus Tox?
Yeah.
A homeopathic Rus Tox.
Let me go look for one of the bottles. I believe so. I
Would
get
it be
poison ivy really bad, and as long as I take 2 or 3 of them a day during the season, I won't get it.
Was it little tiny pellets? Is it little white medicated pellets?
Little white pellets you put under your tongue.
Yeah, okay, great. Well, you're one step ahead of me. You know, my head is just exploding here from, number one, your recovery from lymphoma. They gave you 3 months to live. You did it all on your own, and you're an oncology nurse. Number two, when you recovered and you went back, nobody wanted to know what you did to cure yourself from the cancer, and we can use the cure word here because we're not advocating anything. And number three, you worked at an MS clinic and that's how you made the link that your husband was misdiagnosed, not with arthritis, but with MS, and you were making the medical doctors $1 million a day because they were gaming Medicare by buying the drug for $400 and selling it for $42,000. And now the symptoms of MS that your husband had for years, which were strong and persistent, including pain, are gone within 4 months of starting a good comprehensive medical nutrition treatment. Really, my head just exploded 5 times.
He had significant reduction in 4 months. It probably took till spring, Easter,
Wow.
until he was pretty pain-free from the knees down, and then we weren't having as much luck with his hands.
Yeah.
So we started using the CM cream. I think I talked to you in a chat one day, and you said use the CM cream every day.
Yeah.
So for 60 days this summer, every night we put CM cream on his hands, in addition to him taking the other stuff, and his hands feel phenomenally great now.
Unbelievable.
So he doesn't have any of the pain, but it took that extra bit. So.
Man, I wish we could talk all day. This has been the best testimonial I've ever heard. Keep up the good work. I'll see you guys in the chat. Holy smokes, I'm going to go into the corner and smile. Ladies and gentlemen, it does not get better than this. You gotta love you, Longevity Nation. Mike Phillip from Canada, one of my guest hosts, just texted me. We rock, absolutely, positively. Can you believe it? I mean, can you believe it? Number one, lymphoma, stage 4, 3 months to live. She's still alive. She's an oncology nurse. She goes back to work, and the people that she works for who are supposed to be treating cancer don't give a crap at all about how she eliminated the cancer on her own, which is something that they can't do. They're also giving substandard medications to breast cancer patients to make more money, and they're making $1 million a day on the back of your suffering with ineffective treatments. And I'm the quack. Ladies and gentlemen, I've told you this a million times, that as bad as you think the corruption in the medical industry is, it's 1,000 times worse, right? Well, this is a perfect example of what I'm talking about. I think I need to have more guests like this on more of the time so you can hear it from other people. Because if you hear it from me over and over and over again, you're going to think, oh, that's just Dr. Glidden going off on one of his rants again. He must have an axe to grind with the MDs. An MD probably stole his college girlfriend and he's mad at him. Well, no. I have an axe to grind because they're despicable human beings and they should be, thrown out of the United States, injected with tuberculosis, and marooned on an island with rabid dogs in the middle of the Pacific. These are the people who've taken an oath to protect your health, to support and promote your health. No, they didn't. They took an oath to make money on the back of your suffering. And, you know, we let them do it. Nobody's holding a gun to our heads, forcing us to go to the MD. But we go, and 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 then we die, and then our relatives are so grief-stricken that they take up a 5K run for MS on our behalf, and we're SOL. Then they give the money they raise to the drug companies. It is the matrix. It is. We're in it. We're in the middle of it. We are the red pill. Swallow the red pill. Snap out of it. Unbelievable. On so many levels, my head, it's going to take my head a week to come back together after that explosion. And you were all witnesses to it. Well, we're going to talk more about cancer, I guess. Phila from Milwaukee is calling with a question about stage 4 cancer. Hey, Phila, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
This is Phila, yeah, and we've talked before. I'm calling in, and ironically enough, you've addressed some of the probably what I need to know, but I want to make sure. This is a friend of my daughter. He and her husband are both doctors. Okay, they served in Nepal, in India, as missionaries, and they worked at a hospital there, which was taken over by militants, and they had to return home quickly because of their threats on their life. They've been in the States probably for about 6 months now, 9 months, and she has come down just recently and aggressively with stage 4 cancer. Ironically enough, she's now in Chicago, trying to deal with this, and they don't know what type of cancer it is. They just know she has cancer, and it's aggressively taking her over. She's about 30 years old, probably weighs 105 pounds at the most, and stands about 5'2", 5'3" inches. I would guess that selenium and Z-radical are going to be a part of maybe what you prescribe for her. But since this is so aggressive, and like that last lady said that had the testimonial, in stage 4 cancer, that could pull out of this thing. I'm not sure that they're going to be receptive to this, but what would you suggest? What would be your prescription for something that's very aggressive just lately, and they don't even know what cancer it is?
Well, go back in time. My advice is to go back in time and have a long talk with Abraham Flexner, the Rockefellers, and the Carnegies, and rewrite the way that the medical laws were written in the 1920s to allow a level playing field of medical professions in the United States, because the only people that can treat cancer in the United States are oncologists. We can't treat cancer. It's illegal. We can't do it. That's like saying, Dr. Glidden, what would you recommend, what's the best way to rob a bank? Well, I can't tell you what to do because that's illegal. And see, this is a problem, Barbara. Phila, I appreciate your concern. I appreciate your humanity. I appreciate your empathy. I appreciate your open-mindedness and, most importantly, your support. And, this isn't a perfect world that we live in. And this is, a little bit like karma, like reap what you sow kind of a deal. But, the reason that we have such horrible cancer outcomes is because the only people that can treat it are the drug companies. And you just heard firsthand what they're all about. Yeah. They're not about fixing it, right? They're about making more money and managing it. They don't give a crap about the cure. They're not interested in it. So, if I was saddled with cancer, and quite frankly, there's a little bit, doesn't it just kind of rattle your faith in medicine that they don't even know what kind of cancer it is, but they know that it's stage 4? It's like, really? What? What?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just...
That's what I said.
Yeah, I know. That doesn't make sense to me either, right?
No.
So notwithstanding any of this political and historical and philosophical mumbo-jumbo, right, what the best thing to do to give the body support when it's dealing with stress of this magnitude would be the anti-aging healthy start pack and selenium appropriate for body weight. Intake of a minimum of 100,000 ORAC of antioxidants a day, either through supplementation all by itself or through a combination of supplementation and dietary management. That's 100,000 ORAC of antioxidants a day, the anti-aging healthy start pack and selenium appropriate for body weight, and as much C-radical as they can afford, a bottle a day, 2 bottles a day, 5 bottles a day, a bottle a month, whatever. Plus, I would also give 1 bottle of plant-derived minerals per 50 pounds of body weight per month, and eliminate the 10 bad foods, right? So, but you know, you can lead a horse to water, you can't make her drink, and
I know.
This may be an eye opener for them, maybe not. I don't know, but eventually, I just keep wondering to myself, you know, I mean, how long is it going to take for this nut to crack? I mean, it's a stupid metaphor. It's a stupid historical metaphor, but I can't think of anything else because honestly my head is still spinning from that last call.
I know.
But you know, prohibition, right? Remember when prohibition was in this country? I mean, how long was prohibition in effect for? What, 7, 8, 10 years? And it was nonsense, right? But everybody put up with it. And everybody put up with it. I don't know why. Well, they didn't really put up with it because there were all these illegal speakeasies all over the place. And finally, the whole thing just collapsed under its own weight because it was ridiculous. Well, contemporary American medicine is ridiculous. And it's only a matter of time until it collapses under its own weight. It's remarkable to me that it hasn't happened before now. And, you know, as with all due modesty and with all perspective, I'm of the opinion that longevity, Dr. Wallach, myself, Ben Fuchs, and the other radio celebrities that stand up on a soapbox every day and you know, provide a forum for callers like you and the woman from Virginia to call in and tell us their story. I think that we have the potential of generating social unrest here that's of a positive nature. Honestly, I don't know what else it's going to take because you know, human nature being what it is, it takes a long time for the cultural ship to shift. I mean, for goodness sake, tell me what you're doing for yourself with longevity. What supplements are you taking on a daily basis?
Oh, gosh. Well, I'm a heavy fitness professional teaching 7 to 9 classes a day.
Holy smokes.
Okay. Yeah. And so I found, oh, gosh, I was having all kinds of problems. Knees and joints and back and, oh, God, help me. And I just went on with Tangy Tangerine, the Healthy Start Pack. I take, probably 2, 4, 6 to 8 selenium a day. Just because I sweat a lot, and I take enzymes because I have trouble with digestion. Yeah. I'm totally allergic to the wheat, so that has not been in my diet since 1997, 98. And I'm on root beer, belly. Oh, my gosh, it just kind of goes on and on.
Well, what about the Rebound FX? Are you taking that when you're working out?
Absolutely.
Yeah. Did you notice, you know, as I'm interested here, and I don't want you to blow smoke. I just want you to tell me the honest truth, you know, because you're like a big-time sports professional person. This is what you do for a living. When you started the Rebound FX, was there any noticeable, discernible change in your recovery time or anything about your workout thing? I mean, what was that like for you, really?
For me, I don't know if it's a light bulb on or not. What I notice when I don't take it, it's more when I don't take it.
Yeah.
That's when my recovery is like squeaky knee going up and down the stairs.
Yeah.
Joints hurt, back hurt. I got home last night and I sat down and I I was wondering why I have all these urges, like, please, I need some salt, popcorn, potato chips, please give it to me. And I didn't realize till about 3 months ago, oh, well, that's me sweating out my minerals, and especially the salt. I need that. And then sweets. You know, I have a tendency to want sweets. So what I did, like last night, I drank a couple of the Rebound, and wow, different. I didn't feel like I needed to go and grab another Halloween treat.
I love your honesty, fella. I mean, this is how we roll here, right? Now, have you tried the plant-derived minerals or the Cherry Mints all by itself?
No.
Yeah, all right. So there's a couple things, and we've only got a minute left here, so I'm going to have to be quick. There's a couple things. I really enjoy this call. So there's a couple things I want to give you insight to. Number one, sometimes when you crave sugar, it's a protein deficiency. Sometimes, not every time, sometimes. So the next time you're craving sugar, have a protein instead and see if that cuts the craving off at the knees, because your brain can often get those two things confused. You need protein, but you crave sugar. It's a funny thing. The body's not perfect, number one. Number two, Longevity makes a standalone mineral supplement. It's just the minerals. No vitamins, no amino acids, no essential fatty acids, just 77 plant-derived colloidal minerals. It's called Ultimate Plant-Derived Minerals, or Ultimate Cherry Mints, which is the plant-derived minerals with a little cherry flavor to make it more palatable. You may find a great deal of benefit from adding that one supplement to your program. Keep up the good work, Philip. You are an inspiration. We're finishing out with Barbara in Florida when we come back, folks. Stick around. Yeah, that's us coming to the rescue. You better believe it. Better believe it, ladies and gentlemen. Man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man, oh, man. I love longevity, and you should, too. By the way, if you're a newcomer to the radio show, if your curiosity has been piqued by today's episode, please visit the website fireyourmdnow.com. Fireyourmdnow.com. Click on the longevity button. Click on the buy a supplement button. Just click somewhere. Follow the prompts and join us. Join longevity through Team Glidden. Become a subscriber. Become an insider to my online health recovery information. Change your life. Get your life back. Take your life back from the pharmaceutical industry, because they do not give a crap about you. Let's finish it out today with Barbara in Florida. Hey, Barbara, thanks for the phone call. You are live.
Hello, my fellow New Englander. How are you?
Very great. Hey, really, where are you from originally?
I grew up in Dorchester, in Boston.
Dorchester. All right, then. Dorchester. You ever go down the combat zone?
Does that even exist anymore? I don't think it exists
anymore. No, it's like it's really expensive yuppie condos now.
Is it really? Wow. I didn't know that.
You wouldn't believe it. Hey, how about those Red Sox, huh?
Oh, unbelievable. I didn't sleep the whole night. I was so excited.
So listen, Barbara, we're up against the time clock here. I got 3.5 minutes. How can I help?
Well, I want to lose 60 pounds, and I don't have a gallbladder, so I wanted to ask you questions about enzymes. And when I buy them, do I take it with my meal 20 minutes before, that kind of thing?
Yeah, well, the trick here is getting the right type of enzyme, because you need an enzyme that has bile in it, because that's what your gallbladder stored. Your liver still makes bile, but you don't get enough bile into your digestive tract because the MDs yank the gallbladder, for better or for worse. So the best digestive enzyme I've seen, interestingly, is Longevity's Ultimate Digestive Enzyme, so you don't have to go outside of the company. And it's recommended only to be taken, a little bit before or at the very beginning of the meal. If you forget and you're halfway through the meal, don't take it, because the human digestion has two phases, an acid phase and an alkaline phase. And the Longevity Digestive Enzyme supports the acid phase. So you have to take it a little bit before you eat or at the very beginning of the meal. You don't have to time it, like 20 minutes before or anything like that. I'd say within 15 minutes before the meal, up until the first couple of bites, you're good to go with it. The real question is, how many do I need? Well, I don't know. Nobody knows. So start with 1, then go to 2, and then go to 3 before a meal. And just you're going to have to kind of pulse that one out on your own and see what it takes.
Okay.
Weight loss, number 1, you have to eliminate the 10 bad foods. Have you done that yet?
I started to do that. I've been listening to you for a few months now, so yeah, I'm working on that.
All right, good. So eliminating the 10 bad foods, especially wheat, barley, rye, and oats, you should automatically lose 5 pounds in 1 month once you've just dialed that in all by itself. Number 2, what's your current body weight?
Oh, I'm 191, so I need to lose 50 to 60 pounds.
Well, all right, so that's easy. About a pound a week would be a good idea. So, might take a year, might take half a year, I don't know, but losing it slow and steady is much easier on the body than losing it, for 50 pounds a week, right, which is nonsense.
Right.
So the recommendation for you would be, per month, 2 healthy digestion packs, 2 healthy digestion packs and 4 bottles of selenium. The selenium is kind of optional, but not really, because I don't want you to get cancer. So 2 healthy digestion packs. That has the digestive enzyme rolled into it, plus some selenium, plus eliminate the 10 bad foods. And just get comfortable with eliminating the 10 foods and taking those supplements every day for 4 weeks. Just kind of get into that groove. Starting in the 2nd month, continue in that groove with taking the supplements, eliminating the 10 bad foods. But starting on week number 5, until you've reached your weight goal, you have to eat 1,200 calories a day or less. So you're going to have to learn how to count calories. You're going to have to learn what 1,200 calories looks like, and you're going to have to stick to 1,200 calories a day or less. Once you're doing 1,200 calories, you're going to lose a significant amount of weight rapidly, easily, and healthily. It's really easier than falling off a potato truck, Barbara. Keep up the good work, and go Red Sox. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope today's episode inspired you. It certainly did me. God willing, back in the driver's seat tomorrow. Until then, live long and prosper.